Es que dura... tiene 26 millones de visitas este vídeo. 26 millones de visitas. Es una cosa espectacular este vídeo, ¿eh? Este tío hace unos videazos que te cagas, ¿eh?
If you found this tape, it means that everyone is dead. Or working at a different office. How did this happen? Well, I'll
¿Tiene subtítulos?
Buckle
Guau,
up,
aprended inglés.
buckaroos. Today's lesson is the misfired launch of Fallout
Se
76.
acepta la música y todo, tío, el cabrón.
June 2018. It began with everyone getting just a little hyped up.
Have we waited long enough, guys?
Oh god, yes we have, Todd.
I think we have.
Cómo nos mintió el hijo de la gran puta ese, ¿eh?
Fallout 76, Bethesda's biggest game yet. My god, it was exciting. And they promised we'd know more at E3. E3 hype time. The press conference. 16 times the details.
Lo dijo, 16 veces el detalle, lo dijo el cabrón, Es que lo dijo, tío.
Rendering, lighting, and landscape technology.
4 times the map
It is
size.
4 times the size of Fallout 4. And it's our biggest one yet.
My god, it was exciting. November 14th, 2018.
Lo
The
peor es
game
que
goes
lo peor no es el
live
juego, lo
with
peor
a
es todo
day
lo
one
demás.
patch of 50 gigabytes.
For fuck's sake. I'll see you tomorrow.
But once that's downloaded, people start logging into the hellscape that is Fallout 76. And oh dear lord, they never fix the bugs. And there are so many of them. Goodbye world, goodbye necks, goodbye body, goodbye heads, bugs, bugs, bugs everywhere. Server
Este vídeo lo he visto
game crashes,
10 veces
old bugs
fácil.
imported from
Lo he visto
Fallout
1000 veces
4.
este vídeo, tío.
Use more than one nuke at a time, server's dead. Textures far too texturous, an all-consuming void. Error log 307.
El vídeo se llama The Fall of 76, ¿no? Es de Internet Historia en el canal. O sea, suscribíos. Es una cosa monstruosa los vídeos que hace este tío. Es que es acojonante. El vídeo que hizo hace poco del barco ese que se encalló en Italia es la hostia también.
Can't pick up stuff, can't stop asserting dominance with a T-pose, frame rate problems, screen tear problems, getting too swole, getting underneath the map, getting attacked by invisible enemies, spawning too many enemies,
It kind of speaks for itself.
spawning too many god raids.
Ese que ha hablado
Also,
es
your camp
el-
resets after every session, and
Es
sometimes
el
it
de
goes
este, el que
underwater.
recomiendo, Joseph Anderson.
Holotapes randomly play static, but too many holotapes mean none of them will play. Enemy AI is far more A than I. Animations are broken. Surprise! Floating objects and a traveling merchant. Just to name a few. Joseph Anderson has a great video that documents just the ones that he found personally. That video is 3 hours long. But it gets worse.
Joseph Anderson, que siempre lo recomiendo. Tiene un vídeo de The Witcher, del 1 y del 2. El del 1 creo que son 3 horas y el de The Witcher 2 son 4 horas o 5 horas o algo así. Bueno, Joseph Anderson, o sea, siempre lo recomiendo. O sea, es una cosa que me flipa su canal.
Error CE348780 can corrupt your data and force you to reinstall the game and console operating system. A few PC players had their computers brick entirely. Also, when the date rolled over to the 1st of January 2019, the nukes in the game stopped working altogether. No one thought it prudent to program in other years in an always online game. And a few players were straight up logging into other people's accounts. This guy had a level 78 character that was randomly replaced with a level 8 character. Bethesda said they couldn't do anything about it.
Es que no puedo.
And many players are not
Me río, pero me
thrilled with
enfado,
this
eh.
game,
Me río,
and
pero
they
me
want
enfado,
Bethesda to know that. And they want everyone else to know that too. But Bethesda owns the platform. Is Fallout 76 fun?
Yes, it is. Banned for racism. Thread locked.
They had no direct outlet for their rage. The only solution was to put a torch to everything else. Reddit, Twitter, Bethesda's other games on Steam. The backlash was immense. But surely level heads would prevail. The reviewers would come out and say that the game isn't so bad. Oh dear lord, they hated it.
Todo el mundo, Todo el mundo se
This is
quejó del
so
juego.
sad.
Con razón,
Despacito,
claro.
play Country Roads.
La confe de Limited Run ha sido la polla. De divertida, ¿eh?
Almost heaven. West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountains. Shenandoah River.
And the YouTube community had this to say.
It's really f***ing boring.
Could barely bring myself to play it in order to finish this review.
No me gusta
No one on
nada,
staff wants to play any more of this video game. I'm not gonna
Hace como 10 años me gustaba, no me gusta nada.
20, 30 hours of this fucking mess.
In short, Fallout 76 is more
Este que habla es Skill Up. Este sí os lo recomiendo. Son unos hermanos australianos. Os podéis fiar bastante de este.
morally, technically, and creatively bankrupt.
The mods on Bethesda forums were working overtime. The mods on Reddit almost gave up. Look, I'm not saying that some people didn't enjoy and have fun with this game. But what I am saying is that the Metacritic was really funny to read. So what happened? Well, it came out that development was hugely rushed. The deadlines were tight. Too tight. Plus, this wasn't Bethesda's A-team. It's actually a relatively inexperienced division based in Austin, and the scope of the game kept getting bigger.
We're gonna need distant weather systems.
Hey Todd, I stayed up all night and I just
We're
finished.
gonna need 16 times the detail.
Please, Todd, no more.
We're gonna need 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
That, and they were trying to patchwork the old Bethesda creation engine into a multiplayer framework.
Que por cierto, ya han dicho que el Starfield va a ser el primero con el Creation Engine 2. Que yo creo que va a ser el 1 pero parcheado otra vez. Esa es mi impresión, pero ya veremos. Uy.
That's why I give my kids
Fallout 76.
Now,
Se tropieza
Bethesda
con el
could
motor y
tolerate
se
the
mata,
bugs
tío,
and the
sin
bad
duda.
reviews and the irate players, but what they couldn't tolerate were the exploits. Infinite inventory, infinite invisibility. The frame rate was tied to the game speed, so people were going a lot faster than they should. Server hopping for more items, infinite cache and infinite duplication, unlimited XP, unlimited nuking. The nuclear codes were unencrypted and you could wall clip into the quest room. And someone was given the curse of infinite invincibility. Naturally, this can really mess with other players' online experience. So Bethesda was ready, with the ban hammer,
This just
and a
works.
blindfold to
Porque tenía-
wildly flail around it.
Ahora entendéis. Ahora entendéis esa imagen. ¿Por qué está ahí?
Take down anyone who happened by. But Bethesda wasn't satisfied with just banning people. No, they're a progressive company with big ideas. They wanted to give a road to redemption. So support sent out this email to players caught cheating.
Esto es verdad, ¿eh?
We would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheats.
O sea, si te pillaban haciendo cosas, te pedían que le escribieras eso, un ese, que no me sale la palabra en español, tío. Pues tienes que explicar como si fuera un examen de lengua española, rollo. Tenías que un ensayo, rollo, un texto con unos cuantos párrafos explicando, ¿sabes? Rollo. Y te lo pedían de verdad. Una redacción, sí. Te pedían una redacción, rollo. Oye, explícame, ¿sabes? ¿Por qué el uso de esto está mal? Y la gente, ¿pero que sois idiotas o qué pasa? Y esto ocurrió. Ocurrió de verdad. Es que la gente se queda con el Fallout 76 con los bugs. Que los problemas son los bugs, pero ahora veréis. Es que es una vergüenza lo que han hecho.
Software is detrimental to an online game community. That's right. 500 words on why you're a very naughty boy, and they may just give you your account back. But a couple of days later, the mocking from news outlets caused them to reconsider this approach. One more exploit. In all the Bethesda games, there's a dev room. Every item in the game is kept here. Security has to be top-notch, because otherwise, someone could just waltz in and take all of the best items of the game, and it would be an absolute disaster. Well, shit. Of course, Bethesda wasn't equipped to deal with the issue. People started flooding in, taking the best items in the game, then selling those items on a black market of sorts. At first, they tried the usual approach, banning people who had some of the best items in the game. You spent 700 hours just to get the best gun? Die, cheater! Next, they put in a system where players would get tagged if they ever entered the room, and they banned those players. That wasn't much better because people would just start using Smurf accounts. Get in quick with a level 1 account. Get all that good shit. Then get the fuck out. Then use a duplication glitch to get a ton more of those items. Then transfer that stuff to your main account, and you're good to go. Bethesda then takes out this level 1 and calls it mission accomplished. And you've just beaten the game. So the problem continued.
Esto pasó
Bethesda is
también,
running out
claro.
of ideas to solve it.
No se inventa
There's
nada
a
el
lot of
tío este,
speculation in the media and among players about how exactly people are getting in, but no one except for the exploiters knows for sure. That said, Bethesda needs to act fast before it ruins the economy of the game. So they wrote another email and sent it out to the Smurfs. Hello, Cheetah. Do you want to tell us how you did it and we might unban you, please?
¿Verdad? Esto, enviar un email diciendo, oye, ¿nos podéis por favor decir cómo habéis conseguido esto? Y así quizá os quitamos el ban. Y los que hacían trucos decían, pero a ver, ¿pero sois tontos o qué pasa?
Should we not hear back from you, the account will simply remain suspended. It's not known whether this approach worked, but from what I've seen, it's still possible to get into the dev room. November 22nd, 2018. Just a week after the release, the game goes on discount. From $60 to $40, to $35, to $30. You can find it for $15 on eBay, and in Germany, they're straight up giving it for free when you buy a PlayStation controller. Also, some stores are just zip-tying it to other products. But to Bethesda, it's worth selling the thing at a price close to zero, because it brings people into the atomic shop, which is where the real margins are, and it inflates the poor sales figures. Let's have a look at those. The latest figures show 76 sold less than a sixth of what Fallout 4 did. Not good.
Obviamente este vídeo tiene 2 años casi, ¿eh? O sea, esto no es el estado actual del juego, pero este vídeo es importante por todo... Es que es una locura las cosas que hicieron, tío.
There's also been a massive oversupply of hard copies. Although what's the point of a hard copy when the thing is just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code? And while sales are low, returns are high. Immediately upon release, people began asking Bethesda for a refund. 76 is not on Steam, it's on Bethesda's own platform, so they have all the control. If players only played the game for a few hours, then generally they'd get their money back. However, it came out that people were sometimes getting refunds after a full 24 hours of play. Quite generous.
Ahora toca Capcom en media hora.
Then to Reddit, and a post got 12,500 upvotes informing people that this made pretty much everyone eligible for a refund, and the comments told them exactly how to do it. Bethesda was flooded with requests for refunds. And their response? Shut it down, lads. No one gets a refund now. Everyone go home. Show's over. Robot customer service man engage.
Customers who have downloaded the game are not eligible for a refund. We apologize for the inconvenience.
A few things followed. First, people got mad. One hardcore gamer even trashed a GameStop for refusing his refund.
Se ha enfadado, ¿eh?
Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
A bit of an overreaction, but probably also fake. Second, the media. And third, a class action lawsuit. Their inconsistent refund policy and terms of service may not be strictly legal. November 27th, 2018. Miglatio and Rathod LLP filed a class action suit on behalf of customers. Media quickly picked up on that. Their main argument is that it's a sometimes unplayable game owing to its technical problems, then they're refusing refunds, and that Bethesda is engaged in a strategy to release it anyway and then slowly patch their way into a more playable state. Updates on this lawsuit are slow, so I'll keep you informed on the second channel. Ad time. Look, there's a meteor headed straight to Earth.
Oh my
god. We must do something. Was anyone curious enough to read about it online? Not me. Not me either.
Nope.
Oh no. Now people think I'm dumb
Seguro.
and I have died a virgin. Don't let this happen to you. Science, nature, history,
No me he dado
tech.
cuenta de que era Dross de Friends, tío. Me acabo de dar cuenta, coño. De que es Ross, tío, míralo.
CuriosityStream.com/internet historian for unlimited access to
he dicho
the
Ross,
world's
es
free
Ross, coño,
top
de Friends.
documentaries
No me he dado cuenta,
and
tío.
non-fiction
Oh.
series. Use the promo
Que este es
code
el meme que está así, pone
Internet Historian
XD
during
de
the
fondo y
sign-up
ya
process to get
está.
the first 30 days free.
Que por cierto, soy súper fan de Friends. No he visto la reunión, me da miedo ver la reunión, ¿eh?
Then cancel any time. Wink. Please, look, I need sponsors. I bought a lifetime supply of toilet paper thinking I was saving money, but then I left it out in the rain and the crows got it, and now I'm back to square one. Please.
Están muy viejos, ¿sí? ¿Cómo quieres que estén jóvenes? Se han pasado 20 y pico años, tío, tú eres tonto.
Ads over. Let's rewind a little bit. Fallout fans made their pre-orders, and the most dedicated pre-ordered the Power Armor Edition.
Esto es increíble también.
Wow. It came with a helmet, box, map,
Lo de la
army
mochila,
toys,
tío, lo de la
and a
mochila,
genuine West Tech canvas bag. Fast forward to the release. And customers noticed that their precious bags,
Eso es la mochila, tío.
which are supposed to be
Mira la
made of
mochila como era en la
finest
imagen, ¿eh?
canvas and
Mírala.
leather, look a bit different. In fact, it looks like a carry bag the real bag should come in. Did they really just advertise one thing and deliver another?
Es increíble.
Can't do that. So there was a surge of backlash, and people began emailing Bethesda, asking for refunds, asking for answers. By this point, customer service
No puedo con los vídeos de este tío, te lo juro por Dios.
They are done with the facade, and they send this email in response.
Hello. We are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it.
That's the whole email. Staff of
Speech,
Bethesda
es
aren't
increíble,
hiding their contempt anymore.
Esto es real también,
Naturally,
por cierto.
the internet goes wild.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow.
Este tío es tontísimo, por
I
cierto.
got so mad, I shaved everything off my face.
Este no, este es Dios.
Okay, guys, this is a bit of a PR nightmare. We have to quell the outrage. What do? Well, we've got this in-game currency. Let's just give them the minimum amount of that. Fantastic idea. Hear ye, hear ye. Anyone who paid $200 to $300 for the Power Armor Edition is hereby entitled to $5 worth of in-game currency that you'll be able to spend with us. 500 atoms? Fuck yeah! What are you gonna do with your atoms? I'm gonna buy 5/18 of the white paint version of the Power Armor.
Te van 5 pavos en dólares de la propia tienda, ¿sabes? Y no podías comprar nada. Esto podías comprar, que era es para el suelo, con una madera del suelo, ya está. No podías comprar nada más.
Of course, this was Bethesda's fantasy of what would happen. What really happened is further outrage, and even the media started piling on.
Almost heaven.
Bueno, porque cada vez va distorsionando más la canción,
Class
¿sabes?
action lawsuit from earlier. Bethesda put out a tweet apologizing for their curt customer service and gave a different excuse for why they didn't make the bags. A shortage of material, apparently.
Que tú, llegados a este punto, si no habéis visto el vídeo y no sabéis de qué va esto, diréis, a ver, pues mira, yo qué sé. Se disculpan de que al final no han podido hacer la bolsa esta como pensaban y bueno, pues mira, es una putada, ¿no? Eso sería muy bueno, claro.
That was quickly debunked.
Pero,
Because it turns out
vaya,
they did make the canvas bag.
vaya.
Except they gave them all out to influencers.
Se la regalaron a gente como yo. A mí no me la dieron, pero me podría haber llegado perfectamente a mí esta bolsa, ¿sabes? Imagínate, me llega a mí de gratis y tú en tu casa, super fan de Fallout, has pagado 200 pavos y te llega la puta bolsa esa de basura.
Oh dear. It's not the same one, of course, but it's sourced from that ever-scarce material, canvas. But what's more amusing is that it turns out there is a canvas bag in the game. If you don the postman's outfit, which of course can be found at the Atom Shop, for 700 atoms.
Esto mola, porque no con los 500 créditos que les dieron a los que, por todo lo que pasó, no podían comprarse ni la bolsa dentro del juego. Es que es perfecto. Es imposible hacerlo tan mal. Te tienes que esforzar para hacerlo tan mal. Es imposible.
Ooh, just short. Well, the bleating from the online community continued, and Bethesda's lawyers realized there would be trouble, so they decided to capitulate. Alright, fine. We'll make you a precious fucking bag. If you want to claim it, you'll have to fill out this form with your name, personal details, address, etc., etc.
Vale, al final dicen, si te has comprado la edición legendaria esta y quieres la bolsa, mira, te metes en esta página, rellenas toda esta info y te la enviaremos. Tardaremos un poco, pero te la enviaremos, ¿vale? Confía en nosotros, somos Bethesda. Eso sería muy bonito, ¿verdad?
And we'll ship out the bag to you in 4 to 6 months.
4 o 6 meses. Vale, es tiempo. Es tiempo, pero te va a llegar, no te preocupes, ¿vale?
But it doesn't quite end there. Because Bethesda is known for bugs, and of course their website is a buggy mess too. Turns out all of the customer support inquiries are unsecure and open to the public.
Vaya.
In fact, people can open and close and change them at will. Listed are details of full legal names, phone numbers, home addresses, and more. If you've requested your canvas bag, you've just been doxxed.
Es increíble. Es que es increíble. Si pedías lo de la bolsa y rellenabas todos los datos, su página web estaba tan mal hecha que todos tus datos eran básicamente públicos. Por eso cuando yo me quejo de Bethesda, no me quejo solo por el Fallout 76, me quejo por esto. Es una cosa monstruosa, tío.
Not knowing how to immediately fix the problem, Bethesda panics and temporarily shuts down the whole website. And that is the tale of the Duffel kerfuffle. How could this have been so difficult? They made one for New Vegas. One last piece of merch.
Qué irónico, ¿verdad? Que para New Vegas hubiera una bien hecha. New Vegas lo hizo Obsidian y no les pagaron el extra porque su nota media en Metacritic estuvo un punto por debajo de lo que habían firmado. Creo que salió 79 de nota media en vez de 80, creo. Y si llegaban a 80 les pagaban un plus. Y como no llegaron por un punto, no les pagaron el plus. O algo, 84 y 85, algo así. Por un punto. No les pagaron el plus, el extra. Y hoy en día, la mayoría de fans de Fallout, de los nuevos por lo menos, dicen que el New Vegas es el mejor, ¿sabes? Algo así. Qué irónico, ¿verdad? Que Obsidian pudiera hacer esto.
This has been so difficult. They made one for New Vegas. One last piece of merch. A rum drink. Nuka-Cola Dark.
¿Cómo?
Pre-orders available in September. Shipped out on November 14th.
Esto ni os suena, la mayoría. Los que no habéis visto este vídeo, ni os suena todo esto del ron. Pero atentos, disfrutad.
$80 plus postage and handling. Not cheap. But in return, you got a very cool bootle. Looks good on the shelf. A great conversation piece with the family over Thanksgiving. Or at least it would have been. November 14th came and went, and there was no rum. Okay. A week later, on November 21st, an email comes through. There's a delay. Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard, they say. The usual Fallout standard.
Sí, el estándar de Fallout, ahí lo tienes. Ahí tienes el estándar de Fallout.
Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard. So we'll have it for you soon. No specific date given.
1 week later.
Nothing. Then on December 5th, another email. Good news. We start shipping on December 12th. It's been nearly 3 months since you pre-ordered, but as a show of good faith, we made this promotional video for you. And this is where things went from tardy to retardy. Right there. Did you catch that? That's just a regular industry bottle and a plastic shell. We paid $80 and waited a quarter of a year for a plastic shell? People were not happy.
No puede ser verdad, tío.
Nothing in the marketing said that it was a plastic shell. Super premium, we were promised. And the media agreed. People began cancelling their orders. Silver Screen tries to convince people that it's not cheap and shitty. It actually cost us twice as much to make the plastic one than the glass one. Then what the fuck? We spent 100 hours coding the design. Convincing stuff. So it arrives, just a few days before Christmas. The rum is about the quality you'd expect.
Can I swear on this? It's my own show.
Worse is the design. The oversized lip means liquid can pour inside the shell.
Hard to pour because how they made this damn thing.
Es que no puedo, Es que no puedo, tío. Es increíble.
Very dribbly.
So you're best off opening the whole thing up to prevent spilling. If you do that, there's a good chance that you'll snap the flimsy plastic. Any liquid will immediately ruin this cheap paper sticker. Some made their own at home and the quality was about on par. But look, if you do want a decent version of this product, there are reputable sellers of them. They're on Etsy. They're far cheaper, and they actually give a shit. Not gonna lie though, some of the memes that came out of this were pretty good. Now, many claim that this was an honest mistake.
Sorry.
Or that customers were at fault for misinterpreting ambiguous marketing. I disagree. All of the marketing shows other glass items.
No me jodas. O sea, como se ve en la página web y cómo lo vendieron, no se veía así, tío. Es que no es justo, tío, que culpen además a los consumidores, tío. Es que no se veía así, tío. Es que no se veía así.
All of the mock-ups show something more akin to frosted glass than plastic. They give plenty of descriptions of the product too, and not once do they mention plastic. And they were engaged in a bunch of other tomfuckery as well. Before the product was even available, they flooded their own product reviews with a bunch of 5 stars.
¿Cómo puede ser si no había salido,
This
tío?
raised some eyebrows, and people on Reddit even called them out for it. So they deleted them. You can see all this activity on the Wayback Machine.
Vaya.
Now, if they're happy to deceive people in this way, it seems silly to give them the benefit of the doubt about the glass. It's also worth quickly talking about the Bethesda merch store. Some of these items are pretty neat. That's cool. Good idea. I'd have that.
Eso lo tengo yo.
Fallout 76 pant. Singular. But why is he so mad? The photography is all just slightly off.
Estos son fotos oficiales de la tienda de Bethesda, que no es una broma. Es increíble.
This gaudy jacket was mocked relentlessly on social media. But does the 76 in 200...
que ponían esto, rollo 276 y parece del...
The photography is all
parece
just slightly
del Ikea, tío.
Off.
Mira, mira, mira.
This gaudy jacket was mocked relentlessly on social media.
Ponían esto, o sea, hubo un montón de memes en Twitter por esto, tío. Porque es una puta bolsa del Ikea, tío.
Yeah. But does the 76 in $276 really make it more immersive? And why did they just toss it on the ground?
Es que...
And it comes in this crumpled up toddler body bag.
Espérate.
You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in merch and you don't have an eye on? Why is she wearing the size XXL? She's clearly not happy about it. But who looked at this and said, good job, print? Now that's surprising. And what the fuck? They made the bottle properly. Yeah.
Es que es increíble. O sea, la puta botella la hicieron de verdad y te la vendían aparte en su tienda. O sea, es que es increíble. O sea, te comprabas el puto ron y te llegaba una botella de mierda. Pero es que la puta botella la hicieron de verdad y te la vendían en su tienda. Es que es increíble, tío.
One of those, please. But bigger and brown. Is that so hard? Let's get back to the game. December 2018. There are 2 new patches released that caused quite a stir. First, the good. For PC, they included a number of quality of life improvements, including push to talk. But it also brought in field of view sliders. Hooray! Increased stash capacity from 400 pounds to 600 pounds, and a small buff to automatic weapons. Hooray! They decreased the carry weight of bobby pins so it no longer took up 10 to 20% of people's inventory.
¿Verdad?
I got
Porque
a box of
pesaban,
bobby
tío.
pins the other week that said weigh these.
There were also upgrades to the camp that allowed for easier construction, and a bunch of bug fixes. Hooray! The bad. A whole bunch of unannounced stealth nerfs. They generally made the game grindier. Ammo production was decreased. Fusion cores burnt out faster. Legendary enemies spawned less frequently.
On guard, I'll fuck you up.
And the backlash was significant because everybody knew why Bethesda was doing it. To encourage people to use the Atomic Shop.
Claro.
And let's talk briefly about that store. Some of the prices are outrageous. A Christmas tree for $12. A Santa outfit for $20.
Es increíble.
Blue and yellow paint for $18. Oh look, $3 for the same sweater vest and slacks item imported from Fallout 4. But the biggest offense of all was the holiday emote bundle. $24 for some Christmas-themed emotes. Twice the price of these games. The media agreed that these were egregious prices. But worse, they're engaged in some deceiving marketing practices too. Oh look, it's marked down half price.
Eso es ilegal. Ahora lo comenta, pero es ilegal. Creo que en Europa también es ilegal. O sea, si tú sacas algo a la venta, el día que lo sacas a la venta, como que no puedes... El marketing no puede ser, vale 80 euros y te lo vendo a 40 porque, ¿sabes? Es ilegal, ¿sabes? No puedes hacer eso. No puedes porque no es una oferta. Quiero decir, estás poniéndolo al revés. O sea, tú quieres cobrar 1200, pero pones el 2400 y lo tachas como para que el consumidor crea que vale el doble y que es como una oferta temporal, pero es ilegal, ¿sabes?
not, it was released half price. They're artificially jacking up the price, only to then give it a fake limited time discount in order to create a sense of urgency. That's illegal, here in Australia at least, in Canada and in the EU. Reddit
es que tiene un montón de detalles, tío. El puto billete de Canadá tiene
then
a
give it a
Justin
fake
Bieber.
limited
Es que
time
es
discount
increíble.
in order to create a sense of urgency. That's illegal, here in Australia at least, in Canada
Australia, mira qué puta mierda. Canadá, Justin Bieber.
and in the EU.
Y en Europa es un goache de los cojones. Es que este tío te mete todo el rato, ¿sabes? Pum, 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 pum.
Reddit quickly picked up on this and pointed it out. Bethesda reacted by scrapping the discount and just setting it as the always intended price.
Vaya. ¿Veis por qué me enfado, tío? Porque yo puedo entender que una empresa fuerce mucho el tema y un juego salga antes de tiempo con un montón de bugs. Lo puedo entender. No me gusta, no me parece honesto, pero lo puedo entender. Pero todo esto que estamos viendo, todo esto no se merece ningún tipo de respeto. Es que no puedo, tío. Es que me enfada muchísimo. Es que me cabrea, tío. Ya acaba el vídeo. Este tiene creo que es este, ¿no? Que tiene el vídeo de No Man's Sky. El tío ya lo he dicho antes, se llama Internet Historian. Es Jesucristo, es la hostia. Tiene un vídeo de No Man's Sky que es la polla también, ¿eh? Os lo recomiendo. Bueno, todo su canal os lo recomiendo, ¿vale?
Okay, it's been about
Ah, por cierto, el tío está... Por cierto, pues si pensáis, ¿qué tal? El tío está a favor de que la gente haga reacciones a sus vídeos, ¿vale? Que no es que me apetezca a mí especialmente, pero no sabía qué ver mientras cenaba.
Now, so I'm just going to leave it here. I didn't even get a chance to touch on the new pay-to-win fiasco. The new camera icon that lets you teleport dwindling player numbers. But on the flip side, they're also adding new content and improving the game over time. Heck, No Man's Sky was a surprising comeback. So, maybe Bethesda can do it too.
Sí, es que lo sé porque como yo veo muchos canales y tal, a veces el tío... Y soy muy fan de este tío además. El tío a veces comenta y todo, la gente que ve sus vídeos. Hombre, este no lo va a ver porque hablo español, pero ya digo, Internet Historian, o sea, es Dios, ¿vale?
But for now,
el de No Man's Sky es la hostia también, ¿eh? Y el del Costa Concordia es la polla, ese vídeo. Ese vídeo es la hostia, tío.
Todd returns to cryostasis, hiding in his bunker until the bombs of outrage stop falling, and returning only when it's time to get our hopes up once again. CuriosityStream.com/internethistorian. Not many people know this, but I'm actually quite a good rap artist.
No, pero ahora toca Capcom, nos vamos a ver Capcom. Este tío sé que le gusta que vean sus vídeos en streaming y cosas así, porque lo ha dicho muchas veces. Joseph Anderson no lo sé, se lo podría preguntar, igual. Rollo, preguntárselo personalmente.